viewers, we are back again, and
Yeah.
I am Fatima Abimbola Stevens,
Yeah, I'm Coach Stevens. Yeah.
Coach Stevens. Okay, from our last episode, we had a question from Tayo, and he says,
Tayo Akela, all right?
yes, he says, okay, that Coach Stevens, you did not finish up with your story. How did you get to the streets? Okay, I think that's for you, so you need to answer the question. You need to answer Tayo. Tayo, if you are watching right now or you watch later, this is an answer to your question, okay? Go ahead.
Yeah, Tayo, I just hope you are listening.
Yeah.
Now, actually, what led to my, ending up in the, or rather, finding myself in the street is I was actually being raised by my grandmother, a very good woman, a disciplinarian, very caring grandmother, and when she died, there's no other place for me to go to, and so I found myself in this, on the street, the street of Port Harcourt to be precise. Port Harcourt is somewhere in Nigeria, all right? And like I was saying in the previous edition of this, I Need to Know, you see, the street is one place that you need to do all manner of things to survive. You'll be exposed to all kind of life, all manner of life. But you see, because of the the upbringing I had ab initio, so there was a mindset already in me. Even if I see those who are stealing, I never stole on the street. That's a fact. But I fought. Yes, thuggery I did, bouncing job I did. What you call agbero, and maybe
Yes.
driving bus or doing conductor job I did, because most people still know me today. Know I did. So all of that is just a way of survival. But in the midst of it, you need to be strong. You need to be hardened. You need to be ready to face the next anything that comes your way, in order to not to allow another guy to intimidate you, and then
Make you feel less.
all that you worked for, you come and account for him and all of that. In fairness, in fairness, when me too, I came to that level. You know what I'm saying? So I had to.
That's
also,
when he graduated.
I had to begin to take my, my dues too.
Some people may not understand what we mean by graduated. On the last episode, maybe you have to see the last video when we talked about the University of the Street, and the street actually has levels, where some people have to grow to some levels to really rule the streets. And that's why you see their names alone are already terrors on the street. So that's what we are talking about. So he practically graduated on the street, where he could no longer be bullied, he could no longer be asked to submit anything. Rather, he used to run things at that point.
Because if you don't run things will run you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So there's a level you get to, you run things. You run things. You have your own sect, you have your own boys. You have your own group. You know what I'm saying?
And you are ready for showdown. If anything comes up, no other group can come against you, because you are well prepared to.
You have your lane,
Yes, and I think because of your street experiences, it has actually helped him a lot. Like before we got married, I didn't used to like street people. Sincerely speaking, I just don't like them. I just saw them.
They are human beings,
Yes, now you taught me to appreciate them, because over time I just see him stop. You just find somebody smoking, and the person is already looking like, people looking like they are dried up from gin, alcohol at the bus stops, and they are looking in Lagos. And you just see him stop. And with such compassion, you can just go sit to the person. And the next thing is talking to the person, and he's, rapporting the person, telling the guy, giving him hope. And, most times, leading them to Christ, And I mean, like,
they are my guys.
Just, before I used to feel somehow, because I just feel like they are dirty people. Oh, they are like this, they are like that.
No,
they are rough. They
no,
could be
and
bullies. They could be this,
But
you know.
in the contrast, they could be the best people to stay with.
Over time, I
telling you.
have actually seen some of them become the most friendliest people you can imagine.
Yeah.
So I've seen some of them actually, you know, bring forth with this kind of lovely smile, like an intense sense of, you know, fulfillment. Like, oh, I've just seen someone looking nice, but he's my guy, you know, and I'll be like, wow. This guy is having some hope there, you know. There's just this ray of hope that beams forth from their inside.
Course.
When there is someone who understands their code language, who walks up to them and says, you know, I was like you before. But some things along the line just changed me, and it looks as if I'm different. Not because we are actually different or we were different from you, but it was just some incidents that played that can actually make you different. If you like my style now, if you like the way I'm looking now, you know, you can also come back to this level and be like, guy, you know, it is not easy. It can't be like that.
Yeah,
but
they have a variety of things. So because, you know,
but over time,
somebody need to let them know that it's not over, and there's another life to live.
Because sometimes they are just not seeing. They're just not seeing any other way forward. All they are seeing is just where they are boxed into, where life has boxed them.
Yes,
so
like I said before, there are still some things to take away from the street that is positive. It's not all negative.
Yes.
To be candid with you, because
because of the street now, you had to learn how to weight lift.
Yes,
and at some point you started boxing.
Yes,
and he had to go to state levels in River State. He boxed in River State. You know, competed on their.
Yeah, that's it. Because if I didn't go through the streets, I may never be a boxer.
You might never have even.
I may not be a weightlifter. I may not be a kickboxer and all of that. So it actually prepared me. In fact, most of my workout programs, they are natural. You know why? Because it is something. Some of them I invented them. If you know what I mean. I invented them, and I see a lot of people using my programs today thanks to the street. So it's not all about negative anyway. There are still something to take away from the street.
Exactly.
You know, so if you're out there and you think you know, there is no hope for you in the street, I can tell you that if you used to fight, you know, you love to fight and you love to, you know, do some of those rough stuff, you can convert it. You know, actually there was this man I would ever be grateful to. You know, most of my boys, you know, he was their father, you know. So we'll be training, you know, in the among the locals and, you know, in the neighborhood, and we were disturbing the environment and all of that. So the man will wake up in the morning and see us smoking, you know,
with
drinking,
his children also.
You know, because you know, those guys were his children. So the man felt this guy just misleading my children, and the children were so attached to me, you know. So the man, out of anger, one of the days he said, "Look, since you know you can do all of this, why don't you go to this, you know, the state sports council and showcase what you have instead of being here and constituting, you know, nuisance, you know, in the neighborhood." Voila, it's like somebody. It's like somebody spoke, you know, you know, I've never had that. Nobody has told me that. I said, wow, this is true. I can actually go to the, you know,
to actually convert all the strength,
you know,
all the muscle, the
next morning I went to the sports council, you know, thanks to Coach Briggs, you know, and he saw me and said, yeah, I think you can lift. Do you know, I have been lifting.
See what the street, bro.
And then I've been lifting bags of cement. I'll just dig hole and pour bag of cement with chippings, bag of, you know, 2 bags, and I'll be, you know, using it to. But so when I got to the you know, sports council, it was just like a walkover for me, you know.
Something you are used to already doing, you know.
And their own was so organized, and the weights were so portable
and modern and
compared to the rough iron and the rough cement bags, you know, the one we did locally. So it was so at a point it wasn't a challenge to me. I was looking for something more challenging, so I switched to boxing, you know. And it was, so there's something to take away. It's not all about you know,
the streets can actually be helpful. So if some people have not gone through the streets, then maybe they will never find their paths in life. They will just never find who they are in life. The streets because
It's a natural
everyone is
university,
designed.
yeah.
Everyone is designed for something.
Yeah.
Some people doesn't need to go through the street to be who they are.
Yeah.
But I tell you, there are people that must go through that street. At some point, it says Jesus needed to go through Samaria just for that Samaritan woman, just for the Samaritan woman by the well. And imagine, look at what that woman became. Look at her. I don't think there's any woman now just going to be doing that. A prostitute met in a day and converted. A woman that had like 4 or 5 husbands and converted by Christ, she went back into the city of Samaria and called out the entire city, come and see a man. If Jesus didn't go through that path, that woman would not have been encountered.
Exactly.
So there are some pathways people must just go through. It is that path that Jesus was walking through. That's the same pathway that this woman was. And I tell you, it was at that point that her life changed. The course of her life was changed. From the streets, she stopped being the street woman they know too.
So if you are right there on the street and you think that's where you're gonna end, it's a lie. There is something great in you.
Exactly.
There is this thing in you that no other person has.
No one.
Believe you me.
You are unique.
You are unique, and
You are exceptional.
Just look inwards.
Just say it to yourself.
There is something in you that no other person has. Only you can make that difference.
You can take a look at yourself again in that mirror and tell yourself you are different, you are unique, you are exceptional, you are outstanding.
Oh my boy.
Oh my girl.
Please, I want to let you know, all right, that the street is not where you're gonna end. Fine, it's a phase in your life. The people out there, some people who are in their parents' homes, fine, thank God for them. But let me tell you, they are not better than you, and you are not worse than them. It's only a phase in your life. Right now, you can convert those things that looks like weakness into a very great strength that the society will benefit from. Today, you are listening to me. I'm a product of the street too. But Jesus Christ made the difference. So he can also do it for you. My message is there is hope for you. All right?
Great hope.
Yes. And until we come your way again, all right?
Just keep the questions coming. Keep liking, keep sharing, and keep
Please
using it as
subscribe to
to
our YouTube page. Please, our YouTube channel. All right? And then also drop your comment and don't forget to like.
And also share. There's someone you know that would need it. Okay? God bless you.
Yes.
See ya.
I still remain your coach, Stevens.
Yes.
Don't mind me. You know, I had to do it anyhow because of you, all right?
Okay, and I am Fatima Abimbola
Stevens. Don't forget that. I paid, you know.